The video How to Make an Atheist's Head Explode was in my opinion fairly well refuted, with the video Atheists, How to Not Make Their Heads Explode, the Law of Cause and Effect, etc.
Well, that is just your opinion. I noticed that he himself basically did two wrong things. He gave a misleading, overly narrow definition of what cause and effect is and refers to.
Really? Is that so?
And also he simply dodged the question of where did energy and natural laws even come from, to begin with? How did the complex and efficient universe with its laws even get here?
What was the mistake though? Like with the specifics. Where was he wrong? How did he, didn't he correct the other person? How was he wrong and where?
This guy in his rebuttal video is guilty of redefining things for convenience.
Oh yeah, redefined it? I thought it was scientific, or regarding physical matter, and changing shapes or states, and okay, well, how so then?
The law of cause and effect is not just limited to only matter changing state of being or whatever he was baffing, to try to wiggle out of the problem.
Oh, it's not just that, you're saying.
The cause and effect principle is broad. It's the concept of causality, in which an action or event will produce a certain response to the action in the form of another event.
Okay.
Let me give you some examples. If you were to see a ball bouncing or rolling down the street, you would not think that it started rolling or bouncing all by itself.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
But that something got that ball rolling.
Yeah, okay, I see what you mean there.
Or if you're in bed asleep, and you hear a loud sound in the kitchen area, you don't assume that there was no reason or cause for the loud noise.
Yeah.
Which is why normal people would generally get up and check to see what caused that loud noise.
Yeah, okay, right. I see, that's generally true.
Because logically and rationally we just know that the effect, that being a loud sound, must have had a cause, to even make that sound happen.
Yeah, that's true. You may have a point there. Cause and effect, I myself thought it went beyond matter-changing states, but general situations, action-reaction.
Yes, but also with the existence of energy, matter and natural and complex physical laws, etc. The question is what caused those things to even come into existence in the first place.
Well, there are some theories, I think. Well, I guess we don't really know for sure.
The guy in the so-called rebuttal video failed, for atheist pathology, to really address that, and in the meantime wrongly and narrowly defining the law of cause and effect. Fail.
Well, a bit harsh, okay.
It's just an action causing an effect, or other event or action. That's all. Also, atheists don't understand the important point that God is not an effect, so would not be caused.
Oh, okay. But how did he, how is that explained, if he is?
God is not an effect, alright. He may be considered a thing or a being. But he is unique, and is not in the number of things created, or made, or caused.
Okay, but as far as where did energy come from, isn't energy itself eternal? Neither created nor destroyed? First law of thermodynamics.
That's the point. Energy has no beginning. But why should energy even exist? How is it even here?
Well, okay, well, we don't know how exactly. But if energy was always here, doesn't that mean that energy did not have a cause?
Exactly, so it's not all things have a cause. No, it's all effects that have a cause. The eternal God is not an effect, but is himself eternal energy.
And how do you know that?
He's called dynamic energy in the Bible, in Isaiah. Plus, logically, it would have to be. If there's a first cause and creator, being, he himself would have to be energy.
Yeah, I see, I guess. I mean, if he exists, and is supreme, then I guess he would be very powerful within himself, okay, but...
If energy is neither created nor destroyed, since that is energy's very nature, God is energy and also sustains all energy, which itself upholds the universe. Not fully understood.
Oh, okay.
That's the position. So atheists raise a stupid and ignorant argument and straw man when they, in dronish, lockstep say, well, who made God?
Oh, okay. But getting back to the guy in the video, the point of matter changing states is true to that extent, right? Meaning, that doesn't deal with the idea of magic, making,
He talked about how the law cause and effect just means that matter changes from one state of being to another state of being, and doesn't apply to the origins of the universe, etc.
Yeah, right.
It's not just that, necessarily. But what changed the state of being of this supposed dense dot of energy to even form stars, nebulae, planets, and orderly systems in the universe?
Oh.
The law of cause and effect is not just about matter changing shape or form, but simply about causation, one event giving rise to another event or situation.
Well, I can see that point.
If I throw a ball down the street, that action was the cause of the ball rolling and bouncing down the street.
I agree, okay.
The point though is what gave existence to mass, matter, water, atoms, physical laws, etc.
Well, the argument is that there is no scientific study of God to know for sure that it was him.
But that's the uptight pathology and problem of the atheist. Their own religion and fanaticism won't let them admit or consider the strong implications for intelligent direction.
Okay, well I see that. They insist on visible proof of his actions right in front of them, and don't want to just make inferences based on complexity in the universe. But I'm agnostic.
Okay, but just like computer codes that allow computers to function and for data to move and operate, did not just arrive somehow by the wind moving randomly, silicone and plastic.
Well, that's true.
A conscious designer had to create and program it all, so that the computer even could function. Same with the programming of the universe and Earth.
Well, perhaps, okay.
The universe, with all its amazing laws and intricacies, rightly timed movements, ratios, distances, proportions, solar systems, galaxies, operating on schedule, and so orderly.
Yeah, I have heard that, you know, that is true, when I watch some of these science channels, and read about astronomy.
Also, with biological and ecosystems, and its very own codes, well, a grand and powerful and energetic and divine programmer would be logically and arguably required.
Okay. That's possible, I guess.
Do you even know how complex and amazing DNA is? Talk about intricate codes and complex blueprints.
I know to some extent, yeah. The DNA code is the blueprint of life, and it's not totally understood.
Exactly, not fully understood even by the brightest minds, biochemists, geneticists, biologists, doctors. We have only scratched the surface of this amazing thing called DNA.
Yeah, it's true.
How did it all get here? That's the problem, and that's the point.
Well, that's the mystery, I guess. Maybe there is a God out there. I never ruled it out. I don't know.
Okay, I understand. But consider this too. Never mind even DNA. Let's take the simplest protein molecule. Check it. The simplest protein molecule has 288 things in it.
Okay, that's interesting. And what happens?
From which 12 amino acids can produce 10 to the 300th power, 10 with about 300 zeros after it, isomers of different protein structures. These structures must be organized into the right systems, and they must be protected while doing it.
Well, yeah, that sounds staggering.
Design is so apparent in even the lowest protein molecules, so as to exclude any thought about chance or accident.
Well, I guess when you look into it deeply and study it, and see that angle of it, I mean, an argument can be made.
Also, getting back to the original point, the old atheist dodge of the question of why is energy eternal? Meaning, why is there energy or mass, even here, in the first place?
Yeah, nobody really knows, for sure. Scientifically, it's all still basically a mystery.
Also, the universe is not infinite, or eternal, but had a beginning. As many atheists and agnostics and astronomers have said. Not all in agreement, but the evidence is there.
Yes, that's true. I know that.
So if there was a dense dot of energy, that just decided to expand, for some unknown reason, the question is how and why was there this tiny dot in the first place?
Nobody really knows.
Nothing ultimately is explained by atheism. It's all speculation and ignores implications, for agendas. E=mc² actually implies an eternal being, who himself is energy.